But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be known by the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who we are chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
Are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you are talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria, whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in Suya, maybe in Kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it, and confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession, you're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obia not to listen. I want Tripas to listen. I want Tripas, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, who put them to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason, we are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in, in Damatru or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession or whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking Janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo? Who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo? Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity? Fulani, who are the bandits? Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo? Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands? It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that is indefensible. Indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power. Power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need. That's all they want. So they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated.
Because what I am saying on Abumanyamini, our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiyama Biko, since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiyama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say, we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight, is the time to come forward 100 of us, and then we march. 100 and we march. The rest can come later if they want to. I'm tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my country. I want to carry arms to defend the honor and integrity of my country. I want to avenge the death of 6 million people. I want Biafra to stand as a beacon of hope, freedom, and liberty in black world. I want Biafra to stand as a testament to the glory of heaven upon the face of this very earth. I want Biafra to stand because my obligation to the dead outweigh that which I owe to the living. That is why Biafra will stand, and Biafra will come. 100 men, that's all. And we march. The rest can come later on. I no longer give a damn. The disgrace and the insult is too much. We must go and meet our enemies even if we have only machete and hoes. It is far more better for us to go and meet them and die with a semblance of dignity than with this very humiliation which we encounter every blessed day. We must assemble as quickly as possible.
ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị kunie ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala ihe niile n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkwa onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si na ka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri agha nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwe kwesịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwe kwesịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị
onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị. Akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke, akwa ọgba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza, akwa ọgba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu, akwa ọgba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke, akwa ọgba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom, akwa ọgba anyị nwe na-aza Chizọba, nna nke dị nsọ, onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro bi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị, bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe, bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ, bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu. Ọ bụ ogo nwa mgbe emilere Goliat, Chineke nna nke igwe wee memile Fero, sikwa otu a mee ka Fero bụ ọgụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ iguni ọtọ ọzọ. Ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume. Ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ. Ọ bụ ogo nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa, nwe onye ọbụla kere gị, nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ, kama anyị onwe anyị bụ anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie, kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide gị mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi, anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ, bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na abụghị n'ọnwụ, bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe, bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị, bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa, ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu nke abịa ma.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans. Welcome, lovers of freedom. Welcome, all friends of Biafra. I welcome you, both the new and the old viewers. Welcome to this evening program here in this platform. This is IPOB Western Cape Media TV, and we are reaching you live from Cape Town. I welcome you in the name of Chukwu Ikabema Premier. As I welcome you, I want you to welcome others. Welcome your friends, welcome your family, welcome everyone that you know that love freedom. Share this program in all the platforms where you belong. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment on our live program. Always remember to invite all those people, those men, children of men that love freedom, those that love truth. Do not forget to tell people about IPOB Western Cape Media TV, aka this is where the truth is being told. This is one of the many platforms that is still propagating the truth in this struggle. Do not forget to invite everyone who does not know about this page, who does not know about this platform, who does not know about IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Invite them, tell them about it, talk about this platform. Biafrans need to know that this platform is the only place or one of the few places you can get the truth about Biafran restoration at this moment. Here we are not interested in propaganda. We are not interested in saga. We are not interested in characters assassinations. We are here for the main cause, which is the cause for the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. We are here to follow the footsteps of our leader. We are here to follow the dictates of IPOB Code of Conduct. We cannot do anything on our own. Everything we do here, we do it according to the dictates and directives of IPOB Code of Conduct. So you are in the right place. Anytime you see us, live, know it that the best thing you can do is to drop everything you are doing, put your ears and follow us. At the end of the day, you will not regret doing it. Because here, I can assure you one thing, we mean business. In this platform, we mean business. Here we are whiter than white and we are whiter than snow. So I welcome you and I want you to share this program. It pains me that people always find it very, very difficult to share programs like this. But you see them sharing program and things that does not matter, things that does not make sense. But when it comes to things that has to do with our struggle, they will find it so difficult to be sharing the program. They will sit back, listening to you, but finding it difficult sharing that program. It is very, 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 very heartbreaking. So if you are joining us, if this is your first time joining us here in this platform, this is IPOB Western Cape Media TV. This is where everything is happening. We are following the footstep of our leader. Everything that our leader preaches is what we practice here. So I welcome you. I want you to welcome others. And I thank you for joining me this evening. I believe that you are not going to regret joining us here in this platform this evening because we are loaded. We are loaded with things that we want to discuss with you. In fact, time will not permit us to be able to finish what we have in stock for you. But as it is, we will always try our best to bring you to a level where you will know, to a point where you will know what is happening in and around the Zoological Republic and also what is happening in our struggle. This is IPOB Western Cape South African Media, aka IPOB Western Cape Media TV. Here, we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to represent and to defend our motherland, Biafra. Because to us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forever. And if you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, worldwide, and his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome once again to IPOB Western Cape South African Media, saying it the way it is. Yes. This is our motto. We are here without fear and we are here without favor. We speak the truth all the time. That is why here we have no permanent enemies and we don't have permanent friends. That is why we don't attract traffic in this page, because truth, as they say, is always unpopular. But it's not going to deter us. It's not going to stop us. We will continue to propagate this message of freedom, because for us, it is Biafra or nothing. Other people may have some other options. But to us, it is only but one option. And that option is Biafra. And we're going to do everything within our power to make sure that at the end of the day, we restore Biafra. Because the reason we are here, the reason I'm here, is to restore Biafra. That is why I preach the gospel of truth. That is why I cannot be compromised. I am incompromisable. You cannot compromise me. I will always say the truth. You cannot threaten me. I will always say the truth. The truth is Biafra. I want you to have that in mind. I want you to know and understand the reason you are here in the first place. The reason you are here is to listen to the gospel of truth. We are not going to mix it. We are not going to bend it. We will make it I will make it as possible as we can to make it straight. We are not like any other platform. This is IPOB, Western Cape South African Media. We came here for that purpose. So I welcome you. My name is Mazen Buchi. And before I go there, I welcome you. And I bring you greetings, fellow Biafrans, from my coordinator, Mazen Innocent, Western Cape coordinator. He is the Western Cape zone coordinator. They are not two, he is just one. Any other coordinator in the name parading himself as Western Cape coordinator is a counterfeit. Run away from that person. He's a son of the devil. We have only one IPOB Western Cape zone coordinator, representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in the name of Mazi Innocent. I bring you greetings, fellow France, from all the 9 coordinators here we have here in IPOB Western Cape Zone. I also bring you greetings from all the executives of IPOB Western Cape Zone. Yes, we are here to restore Biafra. We are following the dictates, the directives of IPOB Code of Conduct. I've said it before. I will continue to say it. We cannot compromise. Whatever IPOB Code of Conduct says is what we do. That is why we are able to withstand all the agents of darkness who came to destabilize and to destroy IPOB South Africa. We fought them with the truth. We defeated them by the truth. And today they are gone. They cannot speak and anybody listen anymore. Because IPOB Western Cape will follow the dictates, the directives of IPOB Code of Conduct. That is our mantle. That is our weapon. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we are seeing today. And as long as we stand by the dictates and directives of IPOB Code of Conduct, we fear no man. So when you look at me and you think, what is giving him the boldness to speak the way he is speaking? It is IPOB Code of Conduct. And gives me and every other person in this zone the boldness, the audacity to speak the way we are speaking. And we are not going to stop. If you don't like this face, I am sorry. This face has come to stay. It is not going anywhere soon. You will always see me in social media. You will always witness listen to my message on this social media. I am not going anywhere. I am here to stay. And I will make it as a duty to discharge this message in all the platforms that I belong. Those who does not want to hear the truth must hear it by fire, by force. So, my name is Mazi Onyebuchi. I am your host. By the special grace of Chukwuka Abiyama, I am the Parklands Unit Coordinator. So I welcome you properly. All of us of freedom, friends of Biafrans, I welcome you, Biafrans, to this platform this evening. I have things that I want to discuss with you. And if you are following the event, surrendering our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will understand that the enemies are still doing everything within their strength, within their power, to see that they destroy our leader completely. The enemies are not backing off. The enemies are not giving up. The enemies are still running up and down, roaring like lions, trying to destroy our leader. But what pains me is that the IPOB that our leader gave everything to is not reciprocating. They are not giving the enemy equal reaction. The enemies are doing everything to see that they subdue our leader. And the IPOB is always on defense. In fact, if you go to many of, even if you go to Radio Biafra, they hardly talk about the information that is coming from Barrister Aloy Ejimako. Aloy Ejimako is one who is seeing our leader at this point. He is the one who is communicating with our leader. And when he comes out to make statements about the situation surrounding our leader, the so-called IPOB will turn deaf ears, because they have divided both the legal teams of IPOB. They divided everything. So even if our leader decided that he will be sending message through Aloy Ejimako, this IPOB, those men on Radio Biafra, do not care about it. Aloy Ejimako always tweets whenever he goes to visit our leader. He always brings out information that IPOB should run with. IPOB should make it go viral. IPOB should hammer on it. IPOB should lament on it. IPOB should make statement, bold statement on that tweet of from Barrister Aloy Ejimako. But it will interest you that IPOB will always develop a cold feet, because that information was not coming from their favorite lawyer, which is Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. So any message or any information that is not coming from Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor to IPOB Radio Biafra, it is irrelevant. It is not something to talk about. It is not something to take serious. But it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that our leader will be lamenting on the injustice the enemies are meting upon him, and IPOB will not react. Now, I want to show you the last tweet from Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. And before I give you that, I want to give you the other one, the first one, which was on when? This one, I can't see the date. This was, okay, yeah. This was on the 11th of January 2024. Aloy Ejimakor made this tweet when he said, as sequel to the legal team's meeting with #MNK today, it needs to be stated that without any date set for his trial, he remains a victim of false imprisonment by the Nigerian state. The new game is that he is being denied a trial that will accord him the avenue to clear his name. That was on 11th. Now, this one is 4 days after, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay. 7 days after. 7 days after. Barrister Aloy Ejimakor went to visit our leader. This was on 18th. Today is what? I think today is 18th. Let me see. Okay, today is 19. Okay, yeah, that was yesterday. Barrister Aloy Ejimakor visited our leader yesterday. When he came out, he made a tweet. Update. I have visited today's meeting with #MNK in the company of Prince Emma Kanu and Barrister Nnemeka. The theme of our discussions centered on the persisting failure of the Supreme Court to certify its judgment and transmit the case file to the High Court. We shall take strong actions. These tweets, both tweets, pointed at one thing. The plan to delay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, the plan to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention indefinitely. Because you would ask yourself, why after 1 month we are still expecting the Supreme Court to certify and transmit the case file to High Court? That is it. This is the question that is always begging for an answer. All the tweets that Barrister Aloy Ejimakor is sending out are as a signal to IPOB. It's as a signal to every sane individual who claims that he is championing human rights. Because in this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his rights has been trampled upon. The enemies came out and they have proven beyond reasonable doubt that they don't give a damn about anything. Why is Supreme Court refused to certify and transmit the case file of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the High Court? This should not last more than 7 days but it has lasted for over a month, and nobody is talking about it. Those so-called Igbo politicians, so-called Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, so-called Igbo elders, so-called elites, they are not talking about it. They are not discussing it, because to them, they want Mazi Kanu dead for all they care. They want Mazi Kanu dead for all they care. That is why they don't care about this injustice, the continuous injustice that is being meted at their fellow kinsmen. Like I said, in this platform, we are not here to castigate people. We are not here for opposition for the sake of opposition. No. Here, like we said, we have no permanent friends and we have no permanent enemies. If you do what is right, we will commend you and we will talk about it to encourage you to continue. You know, I got a press release from IPOB. Though I am tired of series of press release without adequate actions, because every action requires reaction. And as a man, if you say something, you must stand by it. You don't come and talk and you go back. I am tired of series of press release coming from IPOB, DOS, or whatever their name is. But in this particular issue, I want to because they made some explanations that we need to look into, vital ones. This press release was yesterday, probably after the Barrister Lloyd Macaul's tweet. They decided to make a press release, which is in line. It's in line. This is the pressure we are talking about. We have to alert the world. We have to continue to cry to the world. Like Mazi Kanu would say, we are not doing it for them to come and help us, because we know they can never come for our help. We know that if what we cannot do for ourselves, nobody can do it for us. We know that our freedom is in our own hand. If we need it, by all means, we go after it. That is why I keep telling those people that call themselves IPOB, DOS, to stop this strategy of silence, of underground is not working. You have worked underground for the past 2.5 years. It has not yielded any positive fruit. You have kept silence, trying to be a good boy. It does not give you justice. You have been releasing press release after press release for the past 2.5 years that your leader was captured like a bird. It has not yielded anything. Why not change strategies? Because if you do the same thing all the time and you expect to receive a different result, that makes you and qualifies you as a certified fool. Because you can't be doing the same thing and expecting different result. That is it. In this struggle, we need people. Whatever you know you can do, do it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to talk you down when you start to do something. But I have problem with you walking on the ground and keeping being this underground for complete 2.5 years without any result, any visible result. We are talking about physical result. We are not talking about spiritual result that does not manifest. So that action or that underground, it's time you come out for us to see the result. But before I continue, I want to read this press release from IPOB. Am I powerful? Let me not use the word IPOB again. Let me use am I powerful? Because I don't even know who that am I powerful represents or he is representing. Now, I want to read. This is from am I powerful? Yesterday, 18th of January 2024. The global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by the great and indefatigable leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, would like to take the unusual step to publicly commending the 3 brave justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria that sat on the panel that considered the case of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for their refusal to sign the written judgment. Now, when I came across this, then I began to think, oh, this might be the problem. This might be the reason that Supreme Court could not certify and remit the case file of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This might be the problem because you must agree unanimously as judges of Supreme Court or Appeal Court in every case. You must agree, your agreement must be unanimous. So, if you as a Supreme Court judge, if there is a case before you, and those who said yes are fewer than those who said no, that means no is the answer. So now, if you remember, there are supposed to be 5 judges that sat on that case of our leader. And now, the news that IPOB that is coming from Emma Powerful said that 3 out of 5 refused to sign because they disagreed with the judgment of the other 2 judges. Now it's beginning to make sense why the failure of Supreme Court to certify, because all of them must put their signatures on that file for Mazi Nnamdi, for the case to be validated. So for the fact that these 3 judges refused to pen their signatures, it means that the case passed against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was a fraud, total fraud. But we shall continue. I will continue to read. Imapawaf will continue to say, the judgment read on 15th December 2023 was not a unanimous decision as the world was led to believe. You see, we know it must be a unanimous agreement, a decision, unanimous decision for Supreme Court or Appeal Court to make a judgment. Appeal Court had a unanimous agreement on the case that they passed in favor of Mazi Kanu. It was a unanimous judgment. All of them signed and agreed that Mazi Kanu should be freed with immediately. But here in Supreme Court, the case is different. I will continue to read. It has subsequently emerged, following the unlawful delay in the release of the CTC, that 3 justices are in disagreement with the tone and wording of the verdict. I will take it back. Following the unlawful delay in the release of the CTC, that 3 justices are in disagreement with the tone and wordings of the verdict, so declared, and have declined to append their signatures to the written judgment. That is it. The attention say that the information we are having or we are getting is that the reason the case file of our leader is still not certified and transmitted to High Court is because 3 other justices who is in disagreement with the other 2 justices, they refused to append their signatures on the case file that will certify that case. At this juncture, what do you think that should be the next line of action? What do you think? What do you think that the Supreme Court should be doing? Are they supposed to go and get other different justices to come and append their signatures? The answer is no. The other 3 must sign. If they refuse to sign, that means Mazi Kanu has no case to answer. I will continue. In effect, the judgment as read on the 15th of December 2023 is a minority judgment and therefore illegal. Did you hear? It is illegal because it is a minority judgment. 2 cannot cancel 3. That is it. 2 cannot cancel 3. So, for the fact that it is not a unanimous agreement, it is illegal. They were not supposed to pass that judgment against Mazi Kanu. They were not supposed to do it. We know that the judgment of Supreme Court on the 15th of December 2023 was injustice. We know. We know that it was against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to punish him. We know, because if you follow me, you know that before that case, prior to that case, I was so confident because I have looked at it from all directions. I was not seeing anything that would warranted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not to be freed on that 15th. I was not seeing it. I didn't foresee anything that would have truncated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release on that day. But to my greatest surprise, they waggled their way around justice. And here they are battling with the demons they created. And we are waiting, we are watching to see how they are going to come out of it. Are they going to point gun on the head of those justices for them to sign those documents? Are they going to manipulate their minds for them to sign those documents? We shall see how it goes. Now, I shall continue. A Supreme Court panel comprising of 5 justices cannot allow the issues under contention to be determined by only 2 justices. Exactly. It is not possible. The reason why they are 5 is for them to be in agreement. Everybody will bring his own verdict. You write your own, you say your own, you quote your own, you validify or you cancel whatever that is. In fact, 5 of them should be in agreement. That is why it is not only 1 justice, but 5 justices. The reason is because 1 person, witness of 1, is always could be said to be wrong. That is it. But in this case, it is not the same. Now, we shall continue to read. The courageous decisions of these dissenting justices will go a long way in repairing the colossal damage done to the image of the judiciary. When it held that present and future Nigerian governments can continue to violate the sanctity of the territorial integrity of an independent sovereign nation, kidnap, torture, and extraordinary rendition political activists, contrary to the local Nigerian laws, international treaties, conventions, and the covenants which Nigeria is signatory to. You see? I was saying it the other day when I was talking about this issue. I said Nigeria had treaties where extraordinary rendition is forbidden. Nigeria is a signatory to that document, piece of documents, where extraordinary rendition is cancelled and outlawed. And as a signatory, it is binding both local and international. As long as Nigeria is concerned, they should never involve themselves in anything that has to do with extraordinary rendition. because they signed a signature that they are not going to support it. They agreed that they will never go to another country's, a sovereign nation's territory, to commit this crime. They agreed that there is a way that they must go about it, which is through what is it called? Through I forgot the word, how they say, what to say about it, but when I remember it, I'm going to bring it back. But they forgot to do it. They said, we are not going to be involved in this crime. Now, the same Nigerian government went to another country, a sovereign nation who has their own government. Nigeria went into their government, broke their security, commit this crime of extraordinary rendition. The Kenyan government denies knowledge of this evil, but we know they are aware, but they denied it, and they continue to deny it till tomorrow. Kenya said, we are not part of it. We did not know about it. For us, this person is still here in our country. But Nigeria came like a thief they are. Bribed some of the security agents, those corrupt agents, those corrupt security in Kenya, and used them to perpetrate this evil. Now, when Appeal Court looked at it, Appeal Court referred to all these treaties Nigeria signed. Appeal Court justices condemned the evil that Nigerian government committed. And they said, you will never benefit from your own evil. For the fact that you have done this, you are not going to benefit anything from it. You have stripped yourself the right to continue to prosecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they discharged the case, acquitted, and asked Nigeria never to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under judgment for this case in the future. Now, Supreme Court came. The same justices, but this time in Supreme Court. They said, after listening to all the atrocities committed by the government of late Muhammad Buhari, after listening to it, they agreed that yes, it is wrong, it is evil, it is condemnable. We will never, 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 advocate for this. Yes, it is wrong, but Nigeria must benefit from this, from their wrong. Nigerian government must benefit from their own wrong. Supreme Court justices said, two of them said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must answer this case irrespective of the breaching of his right, human right. They said, no. Yes, Nigerian government will condemn you, but you can go on and benefit from your wrongs. Where on earth, where on this planet Earth can this happen? Only in the Zoological Republic. When we make this reference, when we refer Nigeria as a zoo, even the zoo, they are angry because they have some level of organization, like laws. They obey rules. They have rules. They have laws that govern the zoo. That is why in the zoo, you can see lions, tigers, and other wild animals living side by side without anyone going after anybody. So I think Nigeria should be referred as a jungle. That is where everything is acceptable. These two other justices of Supreme Court agreed, yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you were treated badly, so badly. Your human right was trampled upon. Nigerian government, you are not right by going after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the way you went after him. You are not right going to another countries, desecrating and disrespecting their territorial integrity. You are not right doing that. It is wrong for you to do that. You are not right for breaking the international treaties you signed. You are not right doing these things. But for the fact that you succeeded in this evil, for the fact that you succeeded bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria, whether dead or alive, you can go on and put him on trial. This is the exact interpretation of the Supreme Court the judgment of Supreme Court. That was their judgment. They agreed on they condemned Nigerian government, they condemned them, they agreed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right, running after for his life when they came to kill him in his house. They were right, they condemned the revocation of his Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail. They condemned Nigeria for breaking their own laws. I mean, both in their treaties, the treaties they signed, they condemn everything that Nigeria did. But they said to Nigeria, you can go on and judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can go on and subject Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to trial. You can go on and do whatever you want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the fact that you succeeded in bringing him back to Nigeria. That was it. Now I understand why those other three justices refused to append their signatures. And I shall continue to read. According to a knowledgeable and highly dependable source within the Federal Ministry of Justice, the three resenting justices, despite enormous pressures from Aso Rock and leadership of Supreme Court, said they would not wish or want their names associated with a flawed judgment that purports to announce to the whole world that Nigerian Supreme Court is a supporter of executive lawlessness. That is it. This is it. I just explained it. Supreme Court supported, you remember that judiciary, executive, and which other arm of government, the lawmaker, whatever they call them. These are the three major executive in every government. These are them. And they operate independently. They are there to hold each other accountable each time. And amongst all this, the most important of them all is the judiciary, because the judiciary is the ones that will subdue and subject all these men for them to obey and follow the Constitution. They are there to monitor the activities of the executive arm of the government. But in this aspect, these three other justices said, I'm going to take it again. They said that he says, despite enormous pressures from Assorok and the leadership of Supreme Court, they said they would not wish or want their names associated with a flawed judgment that purports to announce to the whole world that Nigeria's Supreme Court is a supporter of executive lawlessness, impunity, and international banditry. These are the crimes of Nigerian government. For this singular movement of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Nigerian government committed 3 dangerous crimes. One, they committed the impunity and international, they committed this lawlessness, impunity, and international banditry. It amounts to terrorism. Supreme Court should have exonerated themselves. That was an opportunity presented itself to them for them to use it to exonerate themselves. But what did they do? Out of their hatred for Biafrans, out of their hatred for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, out of their hatred for the freedom of the people of Biafra, they went and committed this internal shame that today they don't know how to come out from it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it: I will destroy Nigeria. He said it. Today, what is happening? What is happening? We know that injustice was perpetrated against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 15th of December. It was an injustice taken too far. It was injustice satisfied by the Supreme Court justices who are supposed to uphold and upheld the right of the citizens, of the common men, because they, as they say, is the hope of common men. But in this case, they are the ones that assassinated justice by themselves. Now we shall continue. Their concern for the sanctity of the rule of law and rules-based international order precludes them from exposing themselves and the Supreme Court of Nigeria to international ridicule and possibly sanctions, because no court of law anywhere in the world has allowed its government to put on trial a kidnapped victim extraordinarily renditioned from a foreign country since 1973, over half a century ago. No government, no court, I said it, no court in the world will back their government on this. No court. All these things can only be happening in a lawless country. And in this country, you would expect that those men who has attained the height of that their names now are justice. What is justice? Your name cannot be justice and you are perpetrating injustice. If you don't know what is expected of you as a justice, you resign and go to your house and sleep. A justice is one who is fearless, because it's not easy to attain to that height in that profession. That is why there is no justice, there is no court in the world that will allow their government to subject a victim of kidnap and extraordinary rendition from a foreign country. What they don't know is that this could be, tomorrow it could be their turn. And if today that it is not, it's another man's turn, they laid such judgment. Tomorrow when it is their turn, the same government will go extra miles in bringing them back. And nobody will caution them because they validated it already. Because this will go into Nigerians' law. If this is upheld, it will go into Nigerian law. That even if in the future, no case of extraordinary rendition in Nigeria will be termed illegal. It is now illegal for Nigerian government to go and kidnap people instead of extraditing them. There is law of extradition. You don't kidnap an extraordinary rendition. You go through it and extradite that person. You rendition that person legally by going through the extradition process. That should have been the judgment. Supreme Court would have mandated Nigerian government to free Mazen Ekano, return him to wherever they got him from, rearrest him there, subject him under extradition, and bring him back. Brought him back home. That should have been the judgment. You don't subject a victim of kidnap. It is a crime. In some countries, it's a crime punishable by death. Death awaits those who kidnap people. And in this case, the same Nigeria that's supposed to protect their own laws is one breaking it today. And these other two justices supported it. But it's quite unfortunate that it is only in the zoo that this can happen. Now, I will continue. For a Supreme Court to ask her government not to obey international law and treaties is a dangerous precedent which does not bode well for the advancement of natural justice and quality abjugation in Nigeria. One of the justices went as far as to say that he does not wish to be tagged a terrorist because there is a law in Nigeria that criminalizes disobedience to validly signed treaties. You see, there is even a law in Nigeria that criminalizes disobedience to validly signed treaties. Those just two other justices knew that this law exists in Nigerian Constitution, that it is wrong and it is a criminal offense for you as a justice to validly sign or go against any of these treaties, both local and international. Do they know? They may not know, or they may know they decided to work against it because money has exchanged hand. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one at the receiving end. So in Nigerian constitution, it is a criminal offense for you to disobey these international treaties. Oh my God. What impunity in the highest order? What a lawless justices. Now I continue. Section 2, subsection 3F of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 is quite clear that disobedience or refusal to obey any international treaty or resolution to which Nigeria is a party is an act of terrorism. So as it stands now, those 5 justices stand the risk of being tagged terrorists. They stand the risk. And let me tell you something. These 3 other justices must come out and exonerate themselves. They must come out and release an official statement exonerating themselves from this impunity. Because if Nigerian constitution says it is an act of terrorism for you to disobey any international treaty Nigeria is party of, then they are in trouble. They must come out and do the needful. They must come out and distance themselves from this internal damnable evil. Now, this law was written in simple, readable, and understandable English. Any justice or judge that seeks to encourage the Nigerian government to ignore her own laws and treaties, as the judgment read on the 15th of December 2023 purports to imply, is a terrorist. That is the position of a key provision of the law. This is the simple reason why we have the unlawful delay in the release of the CTC by powers that be at the Supreme Court. Yes, that is the reason. It is not with its needness to even say it. The reason that they could not, or they have not released these documents, is because there is no basis. There is no way they can release uncertified documents from. They must satisfy it, and they are having a big time trouble satisfying it. Oh, Nigeria. All lovers of justice and freedom around the world should be reassured that the landmark decision of the Court of Appeal discharging our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and barring Nigeria all future trial is unassailable. Exactly. There is no way. That is why, if you follow this thing, it is always very difficult when it is rare when appeal court pass a judgment and Supreme Court will cancel it, it's on a rare cases. Because they are the same. The only thing that differentiates them is just one thing. This one is in the Supreme Court. This one is, they are all justices. They know the law. They know the law. They understood the law. They interpret the law perfectly, as we are meant to know. To understand. But these other judges have put doubts in my mind. It is always difficult. Any case that appeal court favors, if you go to Supreme Court, the Supreme Court also favor the same case. That is why you know your fate when you go to appeal court. If you can be able to get victory from appeal court, there is 95 to 97% tendencies that you will also get the same equal judgment from the Supreme Court. So we had confidence on Supreme Court because the judgment of appeal court was perfect, without flaws. It was so perfect that we couldn't wait for a Supreme Court to hear the case. We were pushing for, just like we couldn't wait for the trial to begin, because we know that there is nothing. Nigeria can never get anything from it. They can't get anything from it. It is not a crime for Mazi Kanu to be doing what he was doing. He did not kill anybody. He did not raise arms against Nigerian government. So what makes it a treason? Treason is when you raise arms or when you try to overthrow a government. Mazi Kanu never raised arms to overthrow Nigerian government. Mazi Kanu also only used his voice to propagate the gospel he was preaching, calling the attention, waking the subconsciousness of his people. That was what he did, and it was never a crime. So when appeal court quash and send those charges to dustbin, we are confident that even the Supreme Court will do the same. But to our greatest surprise, Supreme Court murdered justice. And today, they are paying the price. And I will continue, and this is the final lap of this press release. All of us of justice and freedom around the world should be reassured that the landmark decision of the Court of Appeal discharging our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bearing all future trial is unassailable. Any contrary judgment to the above is sure to bring untold chaos, humiliation, and international disgrace on the leadership of the Supreme Court, as we are all now witnessing. We are waiting for their next move. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. This is wonderful. Wonderful. I said we are not in this platform to condemn anybody. We are not here to do anything that is contrary to IPOB Code of Conduct. For us, opposition for the sake of opposition is not part of this struggle. When you do something that is good, we commend you. We commend Emma Powerful for releasing this this is in-depth. This is so insightful. This is so revealing, and this must be commended. He brought it to the he was so articulative about this press release, and we must commend him for that. When you do what is right, we commend you, and we commend them, whoever that made this discovery. We commend him, and we pray that more of it shall continue to come, because we need Biafra, and all hands must be on deck. Our leader must be freed. We cannot allow Nigeria to benefit from their own wrongs. All these justices that were involved in this case must come out and make their own official statement, because there is nothing hidden. We already know, though we are not barristers and experts in interpretation of laws and whatever, but common sense told us that the judgment of 15th of December 2023 against Mazi Khan was a total injustice. That case, that judgment must be revisited. They must revisit it. It must be revisited. It must. Because you cannot tell me that you, as a justice, will say that Nigerian government must benefit from this crime. It is against your own. You were telling us, quoting to us, that in Nigerian constitution, there was no place it says that this manner of thing will exonerate the person. No, you said that it's not in Nigerian constitution. Why it is there? It is there in Nigerian constitution that it is a terrorism act for you to go against any treaty that Nigeria is signatory to. And by saying that Nigeria is right, or Nigeria should benefit from this crime, means you are saying that the treaties that Nigerian government is signatory to is inconsequential. That is what these justices are telling us. And it's against the law. The law said any treaty that Nigerian government is involved or have their signature in it must be respected and obeyed by anybody, both justice, both barristers, both whatever their name are. They must obey it. Nigerian government had a treaty signed that never would they allow or support or be involved in extraordinary rendition. They signed it. The same Nigerian government went and broke the same law. Fulani people who does not obey law, Fulani people who does not know what common law is, they do not understand. Fulani people went and disobey the law. You as a justice, what you should do is to correct it by telling the Fulani government you are wrong. Those in appeal court were smart enough to do the needful, and their names and the names of their generation will be remembered for this landmark justice that they sustained. But you, I blame Tinubu. Tinubu does not know what he is doing to himself. Tinubu does not understand that the worst thing you do as a human being is to inherit the enemies of your friend or anybody. You don't do that. The worst thing you could do as a human being is for you to fail to call evil evil. Tinubu, of all people, should have known that what late Muhammad Buhari's government did was evil. It is condemnable. Tinubu would have encouraged those justices to do the right thing. Whatever the law said must be followed. Not trying to persuade them. Not trying to buy them over. Not trying to... You cannot save Nigeria the way you are going about it. You can never save Nigeria by this way you are going. And you of all people should know that marriage is never by force. When you are in a marriage and your partner walks up to you and said, and call you by your name, instead of calling you darling or whatever he's calling you, he's calling you by name and said, I'm done. And you as a partner, you called her or he and said, but what is that? Why? What is that we cannot reconcile? Your partner said, our differences are irreconcilable. That means that there is nothing that will make it to us to reconcile these differences. I have made up my mind, this marriage, I am out. And you look at her or at him, you see that he or she is so serious. The wisest thing to do is to step down and allow things to go. Talk about how to raise your kids if you have any. Talk about how to share whatever you have. Talk about how to separate in peace. Even though we are no more married, we could still be friends. We could still be good parents to our children. And everybody will go. And life will be preserved. If you insist that you must remain in that marriage, whether if it's a woman, whether she poisoned you, if it's a man, whether he strangles you, you must pay with your life. That is what Nigeria is saying. That is what Nigeria is doing. You cannot force us to remain with you. For you to have a lasting peace, you must allow things to be. Go about it the way you should. Use all diplomatic means. Talk, do everything. If it is not working, allow things to be. After all, God did not create me and you the same. We are not, God is not stupid when he made you a Yoruba person and made me Igbo. He's not crazy when he made you a Fulani and made me a Ishekiri. I mean, made me a Job or made me other ethnicities in Biafra land. And place me in that location. God is not mad. Britain is not, they are not God. Britain made you Nigeria, made me Nigeria, not God. You are Yoruba before you become a Nigerian. The same thing applies to me. I am a Biafran before I become a Nigerian. I am an Igbo before I become a Biafran. So you do not subdue. You have killed over 6 million of us for this same issue. For the past 54 years, you have been killing us for the same issue. And you are not satisfied yet. You are still bloodthirsty. You are still willing to continue to kill us. You are still willing to continue to subjugate us. You are still willing to continue to oppress us. You are still willing to continue to make all manner of evil against us. You are not even tired. You are not even, you have not said, I've had it up here. If let them go, for goodness sake. If this will bring peace, let it be. You are still willing to keep pouring, wasting the blood of Biafrans for this, for you to preserve Nigeria. How long, and how long do you think you can continue? How much longer? How much longer do you think you can continue doing this? killing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or putting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in perpetuity in prison cannot douse this tension, cannot quench this flame that is burning in me, that is burning in other people. It can never quench it. The flame is so powerful that even when I try to quench it, to subdue it, it refuses. You cannot. The only reason why you have not succeeded in breaking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because the flame that is burning inside of him is more powerful than himself. He cannot control. Those justices that said that they are not going to be part and parcel of this illegality should come out plain and make official statement for the world to know and write it down. It's enough using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life to play gamble, because the more you refuse to come out to the open and make this statement, the more they are keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there. Come out and make a very plain official statement. Free yourself, exonerate yourself. Let the world know they are not in part and parcel of that injustice of 15th December 2023. That is the right thing to do, so that we shall face the next level, the next phase of this battle. Because at its time now, the justices, those two justices could not append their own signatures, and the world is confused. Why? Why is it that they could not bring out the satisfied copy of this judgment? Now, for you to make the world to understand why, you have to come out and make a statement signed by you that the reason is because the case was not unanimously agreed. And that is all you need to do. Allow the rest to go, to flow. This case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will destroy Nigeria, but they don't understand what they are doing. It is going to destroy Nigeria faster than Nigeria think. You see, this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to bring Nigeria to its nails. Nigeria is not going to survive it. They can never. In fact, Nigeria is now between this devil and the blue sea. They don't know either to go back or to proceed forward. That is exactly the point. And the point, they keep making mistakes. They want to make amend to try to cover it. They keep making more mistakes. This mistake of appeal court, Supreme Court is monumental. It's a monumental mistake. It's a gigantic mistake. They can never correct it. Even if they succeeded in forcing those other three justices to append their signatures, the lower court cannot prove this case. Nigeria cannot prove this case. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. There is no crime for anybody seeking for self-determination. It's not a crime. It is in Nigerian constitution. It's a right of the indigenous people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never killed anybody. So, what is treasonable about his activities? Nigeria cannot answer this question. Not today, not tomorrow, not forever. But what we are telling Nigerians is, if there is still anything left in you as a citizen of Nigeria, if you come across this program, or if you have come across this press release by More Powerful, reason as a human being. Speak to your government. Tell them to do what is right, because tomorrow it could be you. Ọkụkọ furu ebe a na-abụ ọkwa na-agba egwu ya mara ọkwa na ofu ụbọchị ihe a mere ọkwa ga-eme. When they came for the Jews, I did not say anything because I'm not a Jew. When they came for the union, I was not interested because I'm not a member of the union. When they came for the ordinary man on the street, I was not interested. Now, they have come for me. There is nobody left to speak for me. Now it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. It doesn't concern you. It's not a matter of interest to you. Remember what is happening today in Nigeria, in Abuja. Remember what is happening today in Ibadan, another part of the country. Remember that there was a time when it was only in the northeast, in Borno, in all these people. Then you never imagined that someday it's going to be your turn. You did not speak. When those Chibok girls were kidnapped, those school girls, 240 or 200 something of them were kidnapped, you were not interested. Those who were protesting then, you saw them as idiots, as troublemakers. You said to them, allow the military to go and do it. Why allow the government to do it? Why are you making trouble on the street? You didn't know that today, even in your Abuja, you are not safe. That is the reward for impunity, supporting impunity. That is the reward. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB were being shot in Onitsha, in Asaba, in Enugu, in Aba, in Port Harcourt, in Imo State, in Abia State, all the places in the eastern region and Biafra land, you said it serves them right. Today, are you better than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB? Even though Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is inside, he's better than you. Because he's fighting for something that he believes. He believes on. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is better than you that could not speak to your government. When you remember the horror in Lekki, your heart will cut. You can speak. But IPOB, we are speaking and we will continue to speak. We are not going to stop. The only thing that will stop us is Biafra. Until then, we are not going anywhere. Are you kwechiri here? Are you kwechisiri ike? If you think you are not going to be seeing this face soon, I'm telling you, for a very long time, this face will be here. Because without Biafra, we are nothing. I call on you as a Biafran who have wandered away to start coming home. Start coming back home. It's time for us to face this evil squarely. Like Ukwaziza. If we go single, individual, they will break us without sweating. But when we go as a bunch of broom, we'll be unbreakable. Let us support each other. Anyone that is doing something that is good, let us support him. After all, he is also fighting for us. Let us learn how to support each other's work. That you support me, Mazo Ebuchi, does not take anything away from you. I want to say this thing before I draw the curtain. I belong to IPOB platform, coordinator platform in here because I'm a coordinator. And since I started this program, anytime I had a program, at the end of the day, I break it bit by bit, and I will share it both in the coordinator forums and in general forums of IPOB that I belong. Because some people may not be able to come to watch me live as I am here. Some have the right, have the time, but they don't want to watch me because maybe the program is too much. But after this program, like I always do, I will cut it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and I will share it in our platforms. It will interest you to know that since I started this program, doing what I'm doing, it is only one person outside IPOB Western Cape Zone that have commended me for the job I'm doing. In the person of Barrister Ikechukwu Ono. You may know him. He used to work in Radio Biafra. He used to broadcast on Radio Biafra. He was one who one day said, Mazi, you are trying for the job you are doing, for your tenacity, for your efforts. Keep it up. Do you know that no other person from outside IPOB zone, Western Cape Zone, that have ever, even when I share those programs, none of them will, after watching it, none of them will say anything. None of them will like. None of them will comment or commend you that is doing that job. They won't do it. From the day I started till now. What do you think is the problem of those people? Mazi Nnamdi said, the problem we have as Biafrans is envy, jealousy, and greed. Why must it be Mazi Ebuchi? Why must it be Mazi Ebuchi? Why not me? As if Mazi Ebuchi is stopping you from doing if you want to do it. The problem they have is that they can't do it. If you allow them, if you give them the platform to do it, they will do it 1-2 days, they will run away. They can't do it. They don't have the audacity. They don't have the audacity. They don't have what it takes. They don't have it. They cannot do it. If you give them the platform to do, they will mess it up. That is their job. to mess things up, just like they have messed up everything that Mazi Nnamdi has put in place. They messed it up completely. They knew that they don't have the capability to do this. Instead of them to say, I don't have the capability, let me step aside for someone who have the capability to do it. I will support the person to do it. All I need is for us to push this project forward. All we need is to restore Biafra. Whoever that have the capacity, the capability, come forward, and we are going to support you. It does not matter who did it. It does not matter who is doing it. What matters is that at the end of the day, we restore Biafra. This is the problem of Biafran men. Igbo Biafrans the most. Some people will come, they will watch my program from beginning to end. They will not share it. They will hear me saying, share this program, like this program, comment on this program. Excuse me. They will not share it. They will not like it. They will only listen. After listening, they will go. Because it breaks their heart that they are not the one doing what you are doing. That is the problem. The earlier we begin to change, the better for us. When Chibuze Ebuatu started his program, I was one of those who were supporting him, sharing his program, liking his program, commenting on his live program, encouraging him while he's in live. When the one, what is it called? Paul Achabe started, the same thing. When all of them, both the one they call Ejiro, all these men, both Darlington, the one Cafe, Darlington, all of them, I can't come across, even if I don't have time to watch you, I share your program and I go where I'm going, like it and I go. But what did they do today? They can never share your program. They can never. Even in your own locality, it is difficult for them to do. But will it deter us? The answer is no. Will it stop us? No. We continue to bombard them. In fact, someone said in the IPOB platform, IPOB coordinator platform, someone said, while we were having disagreement, he said, this man has hijacked this platform. He always flooded it with his program. He's even angered that I'm posting in IPOB coordinators forum. These are the men that we are in this struggle with. How can you restore Biafra with such men that has this devilish mentality? Sometimes when I think about these things, I pity Mazi Nnamdi. Now I see why Mazi Nnamdi have not restored Biafra. He tried in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. 8 good years. He kept trying, non-stop, pushing very hard. He was pushing. He put his life in danger on a daily basis. All these men that surrounded him were the cause why he has not restored Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi keep lamenting, I need men, 100 men. But he had millions clustering around him. Today, we have seen the reason he has not restored Biafra all this while. It's a pity. But we must continue. We must continue to speak to them the way we are speaking to them. We must continue to speak. That is why I said to you, if you come across our program, share it. People need to hear the truth because we speak nothing but the truth. If what I'm saying is not the truth, challenge me. Call for debate. I will give you platform. If you think that what Master Ebuchi is saying is lie, if you think I'm not saying the right thing, call for debate. I am going to give you a platform with debate. If you prove me wrong, I will stop saying what I'm saying and I will say it the way you want me to say it. Share our program whenever you see it. People need to hear. We speak raw truth here, raw truth. We are not here for opposition, for the opposition's sake. I used a powerful press release for my program today. On normal, those people who came for opposition's sake, they will not do it. Even if you like, go and bring Mazen Kanu out by yourself. They will not, as long as you are the one. They are in the same category with people who are of the opinion that if Simon Ekpa bring Biafra, instead of Biafra to come through Simon Ekpa, let it not come. These are the same people in the same category. They are the same categories of people. Ordinary me, they can't share me. They can't. I'm just talking. I'm not doing anything aside talking to them. They can't, if they don't have their mind, their hearts, their spirits will not allow them, the envy in them will not allow them to share my program. Talk about those who is doing this, who are doing something. They are envious of themselves, thinking that they are envious of another person. Just like Nigeria is holding Mazen Kanu today, they are also in trial. As you are trying Mazen Kanu, you are also in trial too. It's two-way. It's two-edged sword. It goes two ways, cuts two ways. If you keep fighting against anybody that is fighting for Biafra, to restore Biafra, you are also fighting against your own self. That is the truth. Nothing but the truth. You make us a laughing stock. You made IPOB and those seeking for restoration of Biafra a laughing stock. Go and see how the Fulanis, even when they are killing each other, go and see how they are supporting each other too. But in our own, we kill our prophets. We help our enemies to kill our own. I call upon you, if you have a genuine heart and genuine love for Mazen Kanu and Biafra, if you have IPOB interest at heart and you want the survival of IPOB, you must come down. Get yourself out of that state where you are. State of envy, jealousy, and hatred, greediness. Get yourself out of it. When you do that, only then will Chukwu Biama know in truth, of a truth, you need Biafra. But let me tell you something. If you insist, do not think that we are not going to get Biafra. We are going to get Biafra, but you are not going to be part of it. Chukwu Abiyama will remove you from the way. I thank you, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, for being with me in this evening here in this platform. I truly appreciate your presence, and I will continue to do. Please share our program. Anywhere you see it, share it. Don't get tired of sharing our program. Don't. I thank you for being here with me this evening. Until I come your way again, fellow Biafrans, from me, from here, it is good night.